going to hit record. We usually just start talking and just hit record and just keep on rolling into it.
That's true.
It felt weird when you did that. You said, all right, I'm going to hit record.
So, Elle, you do intros in your podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Do you record your intros like after the episode, or is that organically before?
I do it all in one shot, and I actually just had my guests tell me they liked how I do this in segments. So 20 minutes, call for the ad break, check in, 20 minutes, call for the ad break, last 20 minutes. What?
You do everything? All of that is continuous? Or do you do the ad breaks?
I put I edit and I put the ad break, like the ads in between.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's just like an hour straight, not straight shot, but 20 minutes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when you run ads, so we were on a show with Jarrett from Bowling for Soup, and he'd be like, all right, guys, like, we'll be back with a quick commercial break. And then like we would just sit there and be like, all right, guys, just wait like 3 minutes.
Oh, no, we don't have to do that. No, does he record live though?
Yeah, so I don't know, like, they stream their show on Adobe Radio, but I don't think it was live. But I think they just go back in and
They just
needed
a period of time where we weren't talking.
And I guess in theory,
we could have just been...
You just cut and
slide it over.
Yeah, right.
No.
Interesting.
No. So many ways.
We have 0 ads in our shows right now. So.
That's so nice.
Right.
That's so nice.
It's by choice. Super by choice.
Good. Yeah, totally.
Shut up. I only have 2. And one of them's like, someone the other day, I was on a date and they were like, how do you make money in podcasts? And I was like, haha, sponsors, thinking like, I don't make that much.
Like, so my dad's always like, he always asks 2 questions. He'll say, well, how much did you have to pay so-and-so to come on? It's like, oh, thanks for that. And
bribery.
Yeah, right. And how much money are you making? I was like, we are...
So the answer to both of those questions is
red.
0, nothing.
Yeah. That makes me feel better too. Yeah, I Googled myself once, and one of those bullshit like fake fan websites was like net worth $1.5 million or something. And I was like, LOL, I would not be working a Tuesday night in a dive bar strip club if I was worth 1.5.
You did it.
Right.
Yay,
right.
I can fucking retire.
I saw, I don't know who it was, but yeah, a comedian was like, oh, I'm apparently worth 2.1 million. I don't even have a stove in my house and I'm sharing a box of cereal with 4 other dudes, you know? So I don't know where those numbers come from.
So don't Google yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't believe the Google, unfortunately.
So I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way. Greg has never been to a strip club before.
Oh, that's fabulous.
I want to take him.
Okay. And so it's not like that. It's just, I guess the opportunity never really presented itself. And then like as I got like older, it was like, all right, well, then I got married and had kids, and then I just didn't have time to do it. So never did it.
The reasons people come in are so varied, and there is a big like introductory period, I think, for the novelty when people are like newly 21 or 18 or whatever it is where they live. And it's the concept of like, I can pay to see boobs and interact with someone. Like, this is an adult thing I can do. So I'm going to try it. So I think that's normal. And then I hear that a lot from people. They're like, oh, I got married and had kids and whatever. So I tend to meet people at all ages. I only work in 21 and up venues. So some of the dancers are 18, 19, 20, but that's a whole different kind of like babysitting. That's cute. But the clients at their youngest are 21 and at their oldest, they're like 92. And it's really such a range. And my favorites are, at this point, I would say my age, which is 38, to like 60. For different reasons, different like social reasons and theories that I have. They tend to have more money. They know how to have a conversation. They tend to be more clear on why they're going into the club. So like, my wife died and I just want to talk with a nice lady and buy a drink, or I'm going through a divorce and nobody's like rubbed their body on me in a few years, or something, whatever. Or I realize I'm queer or maybe a lesbian or bisexual and I would like to see or touch breasts that are not my own. So many reasons.
Well, and like, so we're in Delaware and here we have Cheeks.
Yeah.
And there's like one other place. So it's like, if we want to, I have to go to like Philly, and then that's a trip. So now I have to drive an hour to go to Philly. So it's just, it's
not like you could get, I don't even know if they have alcohol in clubs there. You probably couldn't get a nice buzz on if you have to drive back for an hour.
Not in Philly. Yeah, that would be not smart. I have to get somebody to take us. Actually, I have a friend. I have a friend that loves strip clubs, and I think that he would enjoy actually taking. I think he would drive like DD, like not.
He'll be the
anything,
host, yeah,
just to see somebody go for their first time.
I love those people. If they're the good guide and they'll like facilitate and be like, "This is how you ask for a dance. This is how you tip."
Yeah,
and actually do it. Praises.
And so I don't know. I've never. No, I have been with him one time, and I think I've seen him. I don't want to say work his magic, but like he always like makes friends with the strippers. Like
he knows how to engage.
Yes, and he's very polite and friendly and transparent. Like I'm here with my friend, kind of like that situation right there. He said I can pay for a lap dance or whatever, but I'm not here. I'm not. You're not going. I'm not here for this thing. And he's like, oh yeah, and I got her phone number, and we hung out like the next weekend, and it was very nice. She's actually really sweet.
He's like actually making friends with the strippers and seeing them outside of work.
Honestly,
that's amazing. I've only ever given my phone number to like 5 people that I met in the club. I say 5, and I can only think of 3, but it's probably 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's probably a good.
Is that a common ask? Like, hey, can I get your phone number?
Yes, actually, one of the most common asks is, can I get you dinner, or can I see you outside of here? That's like actually one of the most common things people will say to not tip you or be courteous. They're like, oh, well, you talked to me for 15 minutes, but I'd really like to see you outside of here. And it's like, well, you're not even respectfully engaging with my work right now, so why would I do it for free? Like, I met and married a man I met in the club. That's who I have my child with. We've been divorced for about 10 years, and he dated other dancers too. And one of the first things I noticed is he was respectful, boundaried, transparent. He was a good tipper, not just to me who's trying to impress, but everybody. Ugh, I got men texting me. Let's turn that off.
One of those
this one
I also
met this one in the strip club. And my stripper and a stripper friend.
Nice.
So yeah, I've been working in clubs for 16 years. This last month, and my child, my tween, one of the first words they ever read was the open sign outside the club, because I was picking something up and they were staying in the car. Look, mommy, that says open, OPEN. And I'm just like, I am enmeshed.
glad that was the first thing that they read.
Yeah.
There were so many other words.
I know. It's cute when little babies swear, like when they hear their parents do it, like you're yelling at the dog. God damn it.
Oh, Greg's kids are great for that.
And now I'm past the point, like my daughter's 5 and she's
a sailor.
It's fucking bad. And
sailor.
It's to the point now where it's like, all right, just know your audience and don't do it. I don't want to get that phone call from your kindergarten teacher.
I applaud you. That is what I told my kid too. I said, if you say a cuss word at school or out in the world, it might make some other people uncomfortable or like upset. My kid's personality, they don't want that. So they're like, oh, okay. So now even again at 13, they're like, hey, can I tell you this funny joke? Permission to swear.
Ah, that's cute.
I hear them swearing with their friends while they're playing video games. I'm like, whatever. I was doing it at the same age. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I feel like that's what we were doing. But like, I guess I didn't, like, I definitely wasn't saying fuck, I think at 5.
7 for me. I remember starting.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That makes sense because I was 7 when South Park aired in 97. So like that was, I think I may have even been 6, but like that, I started watching South Park when it premiered. My parents didn't know what it was.
And then that's cartoon.
Yeah, exactly. Right. On Comedy Central, 10 p.m. Wednesday night, But yeah, I don't know.
And that molded who you were.
And that's who I am now. Yeah. But I am curious. So tipping, right? Like what? So like I go to a restaurant, it's 20 to 25%, but that's a different atmosphere. So how does tipping work? Like, do you have like a number in your mind that you like to get or?
Yeah. So I have only worked in Oregon in a handful of different counties. I am so lucky and fortunate that I am networked and able to speak and hear from sex workers of all types all around the world. I've been out as a stripper the most, so I get a lot of stripper feedback. And I've been told in places on the East Coast, you're actually not supposed to tip the dancers while they're on stage, but rather they walk around later and you like tuck it on their body or something. And that's just sounds like it goes back to some weird local ordinances about like contact or prostitution, because a lot of times exchanging money for a blah, blah, blah at the time is like considered. I hate this government. Let's just say we're micromanaging adults. Okay.
Right.
In Oregon, where I work, for the last 16 years, the minimum to sit at a stage and watch someone dance is $1 per song. The minimum. For 7 minutes of dancing, $2 fucking. Okay, give me a break. That's terrible.
Yeah.
If you're gonna give me $2 for 7 minutes of dancing, I don't like you, and I would never do that to someone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for me, I think, and granted, people exist on a spectrum of economics, so like, I don't want to deny someone if they only have $40 that year to spend and they need to live a little. I get it. Some people like just don't have money. But in general, if you are going into a club, please set aside like $100, $200, $300 to see people dance naked and engage with them. So for me, honestly, if you're listening, if you're at my stage, $5 and up per song is golden. $10 for 7 minutes. And I'm a good dancer. Okay. But in general, that's cool. There is one club that specifically only gives you $2 bills. So they've doubled it for the dancers to optimize. Right. So if I do a stage set and I dance for 7 to 10 minutes, 2 to 3 songs, I feel like a good stage set for me is 30 to 40 and upwards dollars. If you go on stage 10 times in a night and you replicate that every time, best case scenario, you have $300, $400, you pay your stage fee and your tip out, you might leave with like $250 or something. That's not a ton of money. Some people are shocked. They think we make exorbitant, like way more. And some people do. You can make $1,000, $2,000 in town. It's not very likely. Just like OnlyFans, I would say the majority of people who are doing this type of labor are surviving, getting by. Some can save. Some people are making a ton, but most people are just supplementing. And almost every stripper I know right now has multiple jobs. So in terms of tipping, the last thing I'll say to that is I had someone write me, like a self-described fan. They said, "What night are you working? Where? I want to come see you." And I told him the club, and he said, "Oh, I just checked in. The Lyft ride is $25. That's too much." If you don't have $25 to get there,
Red
what
flag.
were you? Red flag.
Yeah.
Red flag.
You say, "Oh, darn, I'm sorry to have missed you."
Well, tip culture is so like the anti-tippers in the world. They're the same ones who are like, well, why would I tip my DoorDash driver? Because they're,
What was it? Mr. Yellow. What was it? Reservoir Dogs?
he
Oh.
Steve
refuses
Buscemi's
to.
character?
Steve Buscemi
He said, "I don't
refuses.
She
tip."
could get another job. You could make your own fucking food, Next time I spit in it. What the hell?
Well, these are all luxuries. It's the same people who don't tip their tattoo artist. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It gives me anxiety to not know how much to tip people. Like, I feel bad when people come deliver furniture. I'm like, oh, shit, I don't have any cash.
that is a tough one.
You guys want some
That's a tough one.
iced tea?
$10,
Well,
$20, honestly, is what I do. And they're like, oh, wow, cool. $10, $20. I guess it depends how uncomfortable it looked to carry.
Well, and then like some people though, like I tried to tip the the cable guy, and he was like, no, nope. No,
They
can't
probably
take it.
can't
He's
take
like,
it at all.
I can't take it. I'm good. He's like, I'm getting paid like triple time for this. You're good.
Oh.
And I was offering him, like $20. He was here for 30 minutes. But like some people, or I remember when I worked at a local grocery store here, and they were like, if someone tries to give you a tip and you take it, you'll lose your job.
Oh, I did
I
too.
was told that too.
Yeah.
Oh, I took
And I
the tips
definitely took
all
it
the
anyway.
time. Yeah.
Like still took the tip.
I sure did.
Yeah.
But when they take your groceries out for you, I've tried to offer it to them. If you do like the online shopping for your grocery store, they always say no. So there's
Especially at Aldi.
They'll get in trouble.
Yeah, they're good.
or they're better people than me.
I think they'll get in trouble. Like I was
Mhm.
specifically told you can't take it. And I will test this a lot because it's like they're under duress even to where they're like, no, I really can't take it. And I'm like, well, what if I drop it on the floor in front of you and walk away? And they're like, yeah, I guess I'll pick it up. That's what I do.
Nice.
Well, it's like if I want to give you a tip, I should be able to give you a tip, right? Like I don't understand why that.
Controlling employers.
Yeah.
It's the same. So a lot of people don't know this, and I didn't know this until I talked to women who worked in brothels. And we're not going to spend a lot of time probably talking about brothels because I've never worked in one. But so an argument for not brothels, but just general decriminalization. Brothels like to exist in places where sex work is heavily criminalized because then they can charge their workers as much as they want to work there. And they audio surveil their rooms or monitor them in a way that they cannot accept even more because they're tracking and taking a percentage of the worker's earnings. So in their mind, they might not get their cut if someone's taking untraceable amounts.
Wow.
Bananas.
So are brothels, like, they're only legal in very select areas, right?
Yes. Can I remind the structure of the brothels? So brothel keeping or working or visiting is only legal in some very rural counties of Nevada. In Vegas and Reno, like some of the most populated areas, they do more prostitution, anti-prostitution arrests than like many other places like the rest of the state combined. Because it creates a power vacuum where if you are anywhere else in the state, you're arrestable, which is very much a money-making operation for police. They get funded by saying they're doing anti-trafficking operations, but they're really just usually arresting workers and clients. And then the brothel owners are like, look, if you come here, you're safe. You just pay out the ass to work here or come here. And you can only get here if you are affluent or resource enough to transport yourself or be hired. So all the people that are too poor or don't have documentation or by society's standards don't look the part of the worker, they're not hireable. And these are the people most likely to be working underground or just freelance and they get arrested. So
a lot more risk, probably on every level.
And this is why legalization is never the answer for prostitution, because it only gives power to the people that already have it, which is property owners, managers, lawmakers, politicians, not the workers. That's why New Zealand is a rad place to be if you're working in prostitution, because literally no one can call the cops on you. You call the cops if somebody hurts you or steals from you. That's it.
You know, I've thought about that before, just legalization of prostitution. Like, I feel like there's just people, particularly like incels. I might be
Did you
thinking
thumbs
of it.
down? Was that a
Thumbs down legalization,
down?
thumbs up decriminalization.
Oh, okay.
Legalization bad.
Legalization bad.
Okay.
But
Legalization
so as long as it's not, it just can't be illegal. It
as
just
long as
doesn't
it's
have to be
decriminalized, it's not a crime. This means it'd be like a yoga teacher. I can teach yoga at my house. I can teach yoga at your house. I can teach it in a hotel. But if it's legalized, I might need to have a license, registration, documents, mandatory medical visits, which like that's not a good thing to force on any population. Trust me, we'll get screened if we can get screened. If you don't close down the clinics and you make it affordable, sex workers want to protect their own interests.
Right.
So legalization, bad.
Decriminalization.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I've often wondered then. That would be the correct terminology is, because like I know that there's people that can't get laid. Incels is where I was going for. And I think it would be great if they could just have sex sometimes. And I feel like and then it's transactional. I don't know that much about that world, but I've often wondered and wished that it was.
There's interesting arguments about that because it's, yes, definitely some people in my kind embrace have disarmed a little bit. And I literally got told on Instagram a couple days ago, if all feminists were like me, the right wouldn't stand a chance, because I don't hate men. And I understand how a lot of men are scared or angry at women from society or their own caregivers abusing them or getting bullied. I literally had so many men say, this was a couple days ago on Instagram, that I am a conventionally attractive female and he's the weird kid who got bullied in school. To one, I was like, wow, you think I'm conventionally attractive? Okay, thanks. I haven't heard that in a while, but okay. And I was like, I got bullied too. And I'm so sorry someone treated you that way. And then he DM'd me and was like, I'm so sorry. I really actually like just this whole venting. So there is a space, there is a need for people that are so full of like hate or serious betrayal, trauma, misunderstanding, and like pressure on how to perform. There is space for that. And also, please don't sick the incels on the sex workers hoping that will fix them.
Sure. Right.
It's a scale. Yeah. So like, and I only speak to this because sometimes what happens is when someone is abused that is a non-sex worker, people will say, well, why didn't they just get a prostitute? Abuse them instead.
Right.
So it's a big conversation.
Yeah. It's not a cure-all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I think of someone I know who may or may not be my brother-in-law, like, would not be, like, he's the type of person that wouldn't do well with a sex worker. Like, he's the type of person that needs to figure it out on his own.
Okay.
You know, like, he's like the definition of like,
Like, he's not safe around. We don't like him.
Right,
yeah,
right,
yes,
right.
you would not like him.
Mm.
Yeah, but I think for some people it probably is good, you know, but
And
not him.
a huge population of clients and workers are disabled or dealing with some kind of disability or chronic pain or injury. So there's folks that are like, I don't want to worry about a colostomy bag and dating, but I might be able to find a professional who can deal with this, Um, one of the messages, and I've received a handful of these, but one of the ones that still really bothers me that I think about for a few reasons. It's not that far away from where I sit right now. It was in Washington State. This woman wrote me and said that her developmentally disabled brother answered a ad. Like, he was looking for sexy time with a lady. He's an adult. He answered what he thought was an ad for a nice lady to come over to pay her to, touch his penis or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, they got raided. The cops came crashing through their gate, violently arrested him.
Wow.
And now he has charges, she said, for stuff he doesn't really understand. And it's been a painful, uncomfortable experience for the whole family. And for what? For why? So the cops can say they did something helpful?
Yeah, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, and a lot of police funding goes to anti-prostitution efforts. I really encourage your listeners, if you see a viral news story about a trafficking arrest or trafficking sting, read it. If they don't mention minors, because anyone who's making minors work, automatically they're doing trafficking because minors can't consent. If they don't mention minors, if they don't mention force, fear, fraud, coercion, duress, if they just say that they arrested people working in prostitution or people trying to buy it, it's not trafficking. It's anti-prostitution. The way the government and police justifies these arrests is they say, and a lot of feminists, so-called feminists, will claim this too. They will say that they are trying to, quote, end demand by rescuing the sex workers. And in their mind, the way you rescue the sex workers is prevent any clients from abusing them. And since they assume all clients are abusive, that means don't let them interact. So in their minds, if we don't have any clients, we can't get hurt. But the assumption that all clients are abusive or that most of them are is wrong. Most clients are just looking to transact. It's the predators that are not looking to transact. They're looking to take something.
Yeah, so like what, and I don't know if you know this, but like what is the percentage of people that do just want to transact? Is it like,
Who knows?
like much higher, or is it like they're, like...
So this is where it's really interesting, depends who you talk to, because I meet, not very often, but I do meet people who say, my experience in stripping, prostitution, webcam, whatever, was so bad. I don't want anyone to ever have to go through that again. It shouldn't exist. And I'm like, okay, I hear you. Like, I don't understand, but that's a deep personal trauma that unfortunately, when you apply that ideal, no one should ever have to go through this, you're like assuming you could control that on a planet of 8 billion people. And you just can't. You cannot control, So what you can do is change the structures that currently exist that prevent victims from being able to get help and speak up, or people reporting. For example, one of the things that might happen is if a person is being forced to work, where they're like, hey, workers will disclose to their clients, especially if they get to know their clients and their clients are safe and like attached to them. Sometimes, we make friends and we realize maybe our client is safer than our partner or our parent or our housemate. It happens. We might be like, hey, I'm being forced to work, or they're taking my money, or I don't have anywhere to go, or can you help me? If where they live, it is illegal for the client to be interacting, they cannot help this person without outing themselves and being at risk of arrest. So literally, if a trafficking survivor or victim says, please take me to the hospital or the police or whatever, the client might be like, okay, or no. I don't want to testify. I don't want to be there because what I'm doing is considered illegal in this state. So again, if you decriminalize the purchasing of sex, that doesn't even exist.
It's a lot easier to help the people that are in trouble.
Right. Or a lot of places, if you knowingly rent to a sex worker, you are a facilitator of prostitution.
Oh, wow.
So landlords find out someone's working sex and kick them out because otherwise it's a danger to them.
Mm-hmm. The extent of what I knew about all of this before now was that I have a friend that likes to go to massage parlors, and he might have said this on when we did have him on the podcast.
Good. Yeah, he
outed
not
himself.
Outing anyone, that's important.
Yeah, no, he outed himself. So
and he said that he told me that the way to know that they do a little extra is when you go on like the reviews for this massage parlor. If they have good pizza, it means that
you can ejaculate, probably.
Yes, exactly that. Yeah. So, and then we saw it in the wild where we were on like Yelp or something for this massage parlor, and they said, "Oh, their pizza's not bad," and we were like, "What?"
I do erotic body rubs. I can't say that I do the word massage because I could actually get a fine from the Oregon Massage Licensure Board. So, for all the listeners, I do illegal hand job stuff. Okay, but God forbid I call it massage. So that's another way that, yes, if your back hurts and you need some care, you want to go to a licensed massage therapist, LMT. So some people, every once in a while, I'll read on like a Nextdoor thing. God, I hate Nextdoor, but I got to see what the normies are complaining about. Mm-hmm. They'll be like, oh, I went to this place and then they started to touch my genitals and like shut them down. Like, I hate this place. And it's like, oh shit, you just went to the wrong place. You didn't know you were going into an adult environment because you can't clearly advertise it in a place where it's gray area or criminalized. Mm-hmm. The cops here historically in Portland have left a lot of the adult massage or body rub places alone. But recently this year they published an article in the Willamette Week, I think it was, how they're going to do more raids and stuff, to which it's like, this is violence on migrant workers, because when you raid a business and you arrest the people working, they tend to take their money as evidence or anything else that they want. And if these people, which they are, tend to be working for themselves or their families, are sending money back home, then you've totally disrupted that process. And again, for what? I work in a private location that is not migrant owned and it's not advertised, and I do a lot of screening. So I don't really worry as much about a cop, someone trying to come get me. I'm highly visible. I'm very privileged. So if they arrest me, it's like a stupid look for Portland anyway. I'll pay the fucking thing and go to court and make a podcast episode about it. But
sure.
And I have that privilege, so that's why I can throw a finger to it here. But there's people being seriously abused under these processes, and they're calling it, for like human rights or protect the children or whatever. It's not.
Well, is there... Okay, so I've only had one massage, and so my wife and I, we had a couples massage the day before we got married, and I was like, well, I'll probably be more comfortable like with a dude doing it because I've never had one before. So, and this big jacked Russian guy came out.
Good. Like the episode of Seinfeld?
Yeah, it moved. But he worked like down into my like crotch region, and he was really working the testes. Like, and I didn't know if
really?
Yeah. And it was like, is that common? Is that commonplace? I've never had a massage.
Where were you? What country?
Florida, the good old state of Florida.
I think anything flies there.
Yeah, and it was like so my wife Jenna, she was like, yeah, I mean, I guess she was kind of like, she wasn't as handsy as your dude was, but like he was like working it.
Your testicles?
Oh yeah.
He touched your testicles.
Oh, both hands. And he was like, relax. And I was like, I can't relax because you're working my neck and my nuts at the same time, dude. Like, this is like,
I don't like this story. That doesn't sound consensual.
And it wasn't like, he's like, just relax. And he kept saying relax. And Jenna, like my wife, she looks over at me and I was like, I can't relax. Like, this isn't comfortable.
You were probably
like,
red. I'm sure you were.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, because I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder his credentials. That's really curious to me because I feel like that deserves a kind of a heads up. Like, oh, this might include some groin or testicle massage. Like, do you?
And on the side, he said he sold watermelons. like that was his side gig. He's like,
Okay.
yeah, I sell watermelons Monday through Friday, and
Is
I'm
the
here
pizza really
Saturday."
good too?
Yeah, and the pizza was fire.
It's clearly
So-
great.
But I'll tell you what, and I don't know if this is just true to Florida or if this is the whole way the country is going and the government's really kind of getting their hands in everything. But trying to watch porn in Florida, I had to put in my ID and my like information. Like here in Delaware, you can just go to the website. So it was like you need to, or it didn't say I had to upload a picture of my ID, but I had to verify my
You probably had to
age
put the number
and like put
your
my
driver's
number
license
in.
number.
Yeah,
Let's
that.
talk about that. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So I don't know how many states are currently having to do this. Pornhub is in a lawsuit against the federal government for doing this age verification. So what we have seen with this administration, Project 2025 is an example where they said that their goal is to ban obscenity. Obscenity also includes trans people, adult entertainment under their considerations. So the more things they can label as obscenity, the more things you can say no to. The argument has been that age verification works to prevent children from accessing adult material, but it does not. Studies repeatedly have shown it does not. You just navigate to another place where the content exists. Not only that, Pornhub, for example, I have like 4 videos on Pornhub. I don't make money from them. They're just to advertise the rest of my shit, which is paywalled. Okay, so I'm not like getting rich on Pornhub, and that's not why I'm defending them. Like, Pornhub, in order to have an account as a creator and monetize it, you have to upload 2 forms of ID. There's a background check, there's consent forms, there's tax forms. You are a person that exists. You could be being forced or compelled by a partner or a parent, and some people are. Again, like domestic violence is key to a lot of monetary or physical abuse, right? You could be, but ideally, you are the creator doing it. Okay. So now that a lot of states, people cannot look at your stuff unless they upload their own verification, which goes to a third-party group we're just supposed to trust and keep anonymous. It's bullshit. So if you can't see the stuff that verified professional makers are uploading, they don't make money, and people tend to navigate to where it is stolen and uploaded torrent sites. So you're more likely now to watch stuff that is stolen or underage or revenge material. The age verification shit is bullshit. It is awful.
And if I know
never about
anything
protect the children.
about me being a 13-year-old kid, I was at school on the computers that block
You'll find it.
all porn. Oh, I got it. I mean, some way, they will find it. They will find it some way. They are resourceful and they'll still get it. Like you said, they'll go elsewhere.
And so the conversation is, at what point and how do we talk to kids about, hey, media exists of adults having sex, doing all kinds of wacky stuff, popping zits for each other, eating spicy food till they puke. You will see a lot of media that isn't something you need to do, that isn't necessarily safe or reflective of reality. It is entertainment that people make for fun or money. These are conversations we can start having with our kids. And I've written articles about it, and there's podcasts, and there's people doing books. Like, the material is out there. It is hard to find. But that's the reality, is like the material exists no matter what. And even the best parental controls, like, kids will find stuff. So you have to have conversations about media literacy. And that, like, entertainment is often not reflective of real life. Like, the erotica I make can be reflective of real life, but like often it's not. And most people's it's not. It's highly edited and pre-planned.
I'm in that world. Well, not in that world really, but my kids, my son is 10, my daughter's 9. They both have, little iPhones and iPads, and I'll come into his room sometimes and he'll just kind of be laying down on his stomach,
Boy, what you looking at?
a little warm, and he'll go, what? And I go,
How long you been here for?
Hey, bud, are you okay? It's tough. I don't always know exactly what to say because I'm kind of, not expecting it.
There's a lot of stuff on YouTube that's really sexually charged and very covert. And same thing. Yeah, I'll go in the room and my kid will be like, and I even joked, I was like, are you watching porn? Like, what's going on? And they're like, no. And they accidentally sent me what they were looking at one time. And it was like, it was a cartoon thing related to a show they watched, but obviously adults made it. And there was some like mentions of sex stuff where I was like, hey, like as soon as they sent it, they were like, oops, didn't mean to send that. And I'm like, hey, okay, we'll check in later,
Right.
And what actually worked out really well with that is another parent friend in the friend group stumbled upon similar material and was deeply distressed about it. So by the time they got to me to be like, hey, my kid's looking at this and yours probably is too, I was like, oh, yes. We had a conversation about it. So yeah, it's like, I'm sorry, it's going to be uncomfortable and a lot of us need help, but it's just, you're going to have kids, you're going to have to talk to them about sex and, sex made them. So.
Well, and so my daughter she was inquiring. She's like, well, how did Arlo get here, our son? And so like, my wife was like, well, mommy and daddy made him. And then she was like asking how it happened. And we were like trying to explain, but we're like, but you don't quite understand yet, like what those parts really, like what they do. So the anatomy, like here's what happened, but like you don't it's not that we don't want to tell you. It's just, we need to get you to understand how it happened. But I know like growing up for me, it was very much a taboo, like, all right,
Don't
so
ask. Don't
when
talk
a
about it.
man loves a woman. And it was like, okay, like that's,
Right.
the dumb excuse. But I never really had the talk with my parents. Like I had to find out in 6th grade or 7th grade, whenever you have the sex ed,
Mhm. Which you hope is decent sex ed, because again, we know there's no federal standard for that either. So in my case, it was the gym teacher who would rather have been teaching basketball.
Yep.
Yeah, it was always the gym teacher for some reason doing it half the year, and then
Why
if
is
you use
that?
it, it'll fall off. Period.
Oh,
Yeah, cool, thanks.
Jesus.
My wife is very, very open in so many ways. Sexually, she's not a nudist, but she sure would be. I think all of our friends have seen her tits. Like she's just always pulling them out and
I love
naked in
that
front of
for
my
you
kids all
guys.
the time.
I've seen Eric's wife naked more than I've seen my own wife naked. So.
Yes, that might be true. But she'll always tell the kids, "Well, Daddy put you in my belly, and then you came out of my vagina." Is what she says to him all the time. I'm like, yeah, well, there's no other way to put it.
What happened? Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah. I think, what did I say? So nature shows were really helpful for me with this. Animals mating, because I mean, it looks awkward and goofy. Kind of takes, I think, a lot of the tension out of it, where you're like, they're mating. Penis in the vagina, like there it is. Wait a while, something comes out, probably.
Right. Well, I would use that example, but it looks an awful lot like my dog humping his bone.
Is he a humper?
He is very much a humper. Just this
How
one
old is
bone,
he?
though. He doesn't. He's like 11.
Oh, he's never going to change. Okay.
Yeah, no, he's done. Yeah, I mean, he's always going to be like that. Yeah.
My
But
vet said it can be a very sensory, comforting thing if they get into the habit of like doing that, even if it's not hormonally like mating charged.
yeah, it's like habit. It's like maybe usually a certain time of the evening, and then he'll just be like,
The sigh
cracks us up. Anytime we have friends over, we're like, oh, okay, Copernicus is he's doing it. He's having a good time.
Oh, that's cute. Mine's sleeping quietly down there, so don't get any ideas.
Your dog?
Yeah, he's a puppy. He's 5.5 months old, poodle, and he's getting humpy. That's starting to happen. Yeah.
Is he humping like legs?
No, but it's the neighborhood cats are really friendly.
Oh.
I know. And one of them, usually what happens is he's really gentle with them, but he'll hump them and then they're like, okay, never mind. But one actually really likes it and will get underneath him. And my kid was like, my kid's like, you're both males and you're interspecies.
There's a lot of things wrong with this.
They're like, it's fine that you're gay, but you're different species, buddy. It's not going to work.
There's nothing. It's all pleasure there. There's not for any purpose.
They don't care.
Oh, God. I had a couple questions. I told some friends that we were talking to you, and they were like, I said, I'm talking to a sex therapist.
I'm not a sex therapist, sex educator.
Oh, you're a sex educator.
Yeah, I didn't want to do all of that school and paperwork. No, shout out to the people that are more responsible than me. I'm a certified sexuality educator, but I get to work with therapists and I can refer.
Gotcha. That's great. Well, I don't know if you mind answering questions that they had, a couple of them.
I can give my opinion, with that disclaimer.
Sure. That's exactly what we want.
Yeah.
One of my friends asked that she's very high strung. She wants to know if there's any way where she can relax. She has a problem orgasming. And she just can't relax enough rarely, to orgasm. I don't know if that's like a common thing or not. But
It is a common thing.
She's having problems.
It's a common thing for a lot of people. So focus on your pleasure. Take orgasm out of the equation. Focus on your pleasure. Lean into your fantasy. I hear from people that they have a hard time finding arousal unless they're thinking of a person they're attracted to or a memory they have or their partner. But that can be tough if you break up or you're not on good terms or mine died and then I felt weird masturbating to him for a while. And so give yourself permission to, when you fantasize, you can do whatever you want in your head. Like if it feels weird, gross, dirty, lean into that because maybe that's exactly what you need. And a lot of times the things that are most taboo are going to arouse us the most. So give yourself permission to lean into your erotic self. Also, audio or written erotica is shown to be very helpful for stimulating people's creative minds and memories.
That's what Greg likes.
I do.
Good.
I do.
As you great.
I'm a fan, yes.
Good.
I don't know why I know that, but
now everyone knows that. So cool.
No, that's I mean, honestly, that's you probably have a better sex life for it. Yeah, and I think just get honest with yourself about like, not that she isn't already, but get honest with yourself about like what you like and really just don't worry about the orgasm because what I witness a lot is I said I did erotic body rubs. About half of my clients don't ejaculate or release. And they'll tell me either like, oh, I don't the first time, or I don't without like kissing someone, or I just don't, my medication or whatever. So a lot of people are not orgasming as well for like multiple reasons. And then that's the last thing I would say, like check your medication if you're on something that could prevent your blood vessels dilating all the way. If you're on an antihistamine, allergy medications, a lot of SSRIs. So
my wife takes all that, and when she started I forget which one she's on for an SSRI. She felt her sex drive go way down.
Yeah. Some people literally they are so very aware, and if you know that can be very helpful to calm some of the distress, or give your partner a heads up, or like find other tools or time or interest, or take some space from sex or whatever. The issue is a lot of people's doctors do not know that there are sexual side effects because we don't consider that important in our culture. So a lot of doctors don't know, or they won't tell you because I've learned doctors receive very little sexual health training. I've had doctors tell me this, Yeah, so hopefully some of that is helpful.
And that's, I want to take us back to 2009, 2010, Greg. So for whatever reason, like that stretch of my life, I just had the worst anxiety and depression. And so I was on Zoloft and Klonopin, I think it was.
Klonopin, mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I had such a hard time, one, getting erect, mm-hmm. and having the desire to even have sex. And I remember going to my doctor and saying something. They're like, well, you either have that, or you can either take the pill and you have that, or you stop taking it and it goes back to normal. But that was it. It was very little, like,
cut and dried.
Yeah, it was either one or the other. There was no, well, maybe try this or try that or try this. It was like you either do it or you don't. And to me, it was like, okay, well, then I'm just going to stop taking it, not realizing that you're not supposed to just stop taking it. Oof. So then I ended up like super sick. But that was kind of like, that was it for me, and I wish that there were more resources at that time, because
wouldn't it be nice if the doctor could be like, oh, you're having sexual side effects? Let me refer you to the sexual health clinic, blah, blah, blah. Like, why don't we have that?
Yep. Nope. It was just like, well, sucks to be you.
I hate that it's not important because everybody does it. Well, I won't say everybody wants to do it, but a ton of people want to do it.
Besides asexuals, yeah.
Right. A ton of people want to do it a whole lot. So, like, it's kind of
brand new relationship. So, like, we were still in like the honeymoon phase, and it was like, sorry, So yeah, that was
that
frustrating to me.
You're in a better place now, though.
Oh yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. Oh, much better.
Yay.
Yeah, it was weird. It was 2009 to 2010.
How old were you? in your like quarter life crisis?
18.
Oh, you're learning how to be an adult.
Yeah, right. It was like right after high school. Like, all right, you have to go to college now and start working and be
And the
a
recession,
man.
that recession was really
Yeah.
bad.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Definitely couldn't afford a house.
Yeah. Still can't.
4 guys, 1 cereal.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
That's a YouTube, or not YouTube. That's a Pornhub clip. Watch
4 guys, 1 cereal.
fight over
Yes.
1 cereal.
Sounds like it.
It's banned in your state.
It is
Upload
now.
your ID.
You know what? Delaware? Shout out Delaware. We're very open.
Well, part of that conversation where we were talking about that, my local representative, who I have a sort of a relationship with, he has a kid that's close to the age of my kid, and they play sports together. So I know him first name basis. He knows me. We talk sometimes.
Get in that year.
He's introduced he's part of the driving force behind the thing to start having us upload our IDs to watch porn.
What a
on the
bitch.
internet. I know. And like,
Some friend.
Tell them it's going to lead people to watch underage and stolen content because they go away from the legit websites.
Yeah,
I know so many people are taken by this. Yeah.
Yeah. I like try not to even really talk politics with him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you probably can't change his mind anyway.
Yeah, that
Have
his
your
mind is
constituents
set.
right.
I probably can't, but I'll tell you what, he is a Republican. He's just my local representative. He seems very reasonable as far as Republicans go, so I can't hate on him for too much. He does good. I know he does, and he listens a lot, but this thing, I didn't really want to talk to him about it.
No, I don't.
I didn't want him to think of me as like a
pervert.
Eric's just wants to jerk off all the time or like whatever.
Right.
And
It's such a
maybe, but I should.
I
talk to him
do. I
about
do
it.
actually want to jerk off all the time.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's so you could. I mean, if you ever have the opportunity, like, hey, I heard about this thing, and I know it's like really well intended, but did you know there's actually like proven side effects that this is what actually happens? And there's another bill there. There's KOSA. KOSA, something about Kid Online Safety Act. It's an extension of the same thing where they have its really nice name that sounds like an ideal, but it's more about banning obscenity and like micromanaging, controlling what people are accessing in a way that does not relate to consent or autonomy and really just funnels traffic into underground places.
Couldn't you always circumvent that too with like a VPN? Like
some places will block them and not everyone can use them.
Because I know like when COVID first hit, I think it may have been RedTube or Pornhub. They were offering free, like the gold tier subscription, so everyone was VPNing over there to get the access to like the top tier stuff. But yeah, I guess like I know Reddit. And obviously Reddit isn't like the spot for porn. I mean, it's on there, but like they block VPNs. Like they won't let you.
Yeah.
They won't let you in. So I guess I never really thought about that.
And actually what's funny you say is I don't sell content through Reddit, but I have friends who do. And they said that the Reddit, and I can't remember what, the location is, sorry, but the place where they sell content is pretty good. They say you have to be really on top of being active and like verifying yourself and stuff. But it's a really good option to directly sell to folks who are looking to buy. And circumvent a lot of the bullcrap.
I'm familiar. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Good.
But I used to sell a lot of artisan soap. It's not.
You did. I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say feet pics.
No.
Where?
Artisan soap on Reddit. Yeah.
You would sell it on Reddit?
Yeah, and people would buy it, which is crazy because Reddit is so very, hey, DM me and I'll totally sell you something, and then they would cash at me, and you can't really get your cash app monies back once.
So they were just good faith cash apping you.
Good faith cash apping for soap. I did try. What is it? Feet Finder.
You did do that. I remember that.
I made $0, and there's.
I don't think you even uploaded You did upload one picture.
I uploaded a picture, but like. The time and effort, I don't think people understand the time and effort that goes into it.
Thank you.
And it wasn't me. And I don't have the feet for it. But yeah, the time and effort.
Feet for it.
Sometimes even if you do have the feet for it, it's just the market is, I don't want to say oversaturated, but it's hard for people to know where to look for stuff. And then the ones who already know, like they
got it. They got
it. They're over the site. But like it drives me nuts. I heard I was getting a pedicure with a boyfriend a couple months ago. And this like, I'm just going to judge her. suburban housewife that probably doesn't have a job and hates her husband was talking very loudly and day drunk and getting her toes done. And when she got him done, she's like, I could sell feet pics. And I'm just thinking like, bitch, try it.
I know 5 of those women. I know 5 of those women in my personal life. Yeah,
is anyone named Tammy?
That's her. That's her. I know 5 Tammys.
Fucking Tammy. But it's like, no, first of all, you couldn't, because if you dealt with any clients asking you like anything that you were like, ew, like you don't have the skin for it, you wouldn't know where to go, and you wouldn't make any money because a lot of people don't. Like, I haven't gotten asked for a foot pic in a while, and I have cute feet, so.
But I mean, I just think people can upload stuff and they just assume they'll make money on it. Oh, I'm going to start an OnlyFans and I'm totally going to be successful. Good luck. I mean, have at it, but you won't.
I think if you haven't gotten on that boat already, you probably missed it.
And OnlyFans doesn't advertise for anyone. So no one can find you unless you advertise your hyperlink. And how do you do that unless you build another otherwhere, somewhere else presence? I saw cardboard signs around Portland a few months ago where it was like an OnlyFans URL written on a cardboard sign, which I was like, fuck yeah, good for you, DIY, old school, because that's going to work. And how else can we advertise? Yeah. I can't link it on Instagram. I don't have an OnlyFans, but if I did, I have other porn stuff. You can't link it on Instagram. You can't link it on Facebook. You can link stuff on X, Twitter, whatever, but it's all a shit show over there now. Blue Sky is the same. They have to hide it. All of this is due to bad legislation in 2018 that also said it was going to protect the children, but really it made sex workers poorer, it pushed people underground, and it made it harder for people who need rescue to get help, because now you've muddied the water by throwing all the consensual workers also under the bus.
Well, it is. It's fascinating though, because like I'll get Instagram like videos, they'll pop up and then they'll have the link tree, and I'll click it, and then all the way down at the bottom it'll say, for the stuff you really want to see, happy face, and then that will always link. But then like I've been on OnlyFans before, and like someone will be like, hey, find me on here, but you can't just type their name in, and have them pop up. I need to know your exact tag or have a link.
Makes it tough.
Do you know why they do that?
I don't.
It's so that OnlyFans is not liable for the content in a way, because they're not advertising it. Like they're hosting it, but they're not advertising it. So it's just, they don't have to do any work, but I could be wrong about this. I don't know. So I'm going to say I'm speculating. I'm not sure. I don't know if OnlyFans owns the material that you upload in the way that now Meta said, as of the 1st of this year, 2025, anything you upload to Instagram or Facebook, they can use to make ads. They can use for AI. They could use your picture literally in anything, because we've given them the rights to do that. That's why some people hopped off at the beginning of the year. I decided to stay on. I'm like, fuck it, use my image, I guess.
I didn't know that. I didn't read the fine print.
Who does?
Can a human centipede us?
Yeah,
each other
we're all just ass
the
and
South
mouth.
Park reference. Yeah.
He didn't read the agreement.
Yeah. But I guess I never really thought about that. I just always assume when I upload something, someone else owns it. And it sucks.
That's a
but
safe
I just
way
assume it's not mine anymore.
Oh, but Greg, you're doing it the other way around by taking the AI and then you own that now, that image.
So when I recorded our intro to the podcast years ago, and then I took it and I uploaded it to this AI website, and I said, hey, I like this guitar riff, but make it like a synth poppy song from the 80s. And it spit me out this fire track. But you have to pay monthly to own the rights to that song.
Which you don't even own. You're renting it. You're like,
right.
So you rent that song now?
I'm renting that song now for $10 a month.
Damn it.
But I saw something too. To talk about AI, that one band that wasn't even really a band, and they were putting out music on Spotify, and it turns out it was all AI generated. Like none of it was real.
Isn't that what the guys from Always Sunny said that they were going to do? They were just going to make an episode and it was just all going to be AI generated. Well, like the script. I think they were going to use the AI to write the script. And they said, we're not even going to tell you which one it is. We're just going to do it and see if anybody can. Yeah, exactly. And I don't watch it as regularly as I should. So I don't know which one, if that ever happened or not.
But AI is also just like taking It's taken everything from him.
I don't like it.
It took her
Skynet has
gerbs.
become yeah, they took our gerbs. Skynet has become self-aware, like Terminator's coming, whatever. Did you have more therapeutic related questions?
Oh, yes.
for the non-therapist?
I did. Yes. This is actually the same person, so maybe these things tie into the they can't relax thing. Is an interest in BDSM related to coping mechanisms from trauma?
Ooh, oh my God, this person should explore kink so much. So they have, okay, so their nervous system is activated. They have trouble relaxing. So they have a bunch of energy. That was something I did forget to mention. I am a fan of going for a jog or, a cry or an ecstatic dance or whatever before you want to have sexy time. Can be a really nice way to blow off that extra steam, and then you shower and like prepare and, whatever, feel like this is your, not routine, but this could be like something nice you do, ritual you do for yourself. But it sounds like this person already knows kind of what would be helpful for them. And so I love sensory play. I don't love pain, but I do a lot of kink play. So what that might look like is I tell a partner, like, I would just like to lay here and breathe while you feel my ass, my butt cheeks, just play with my skin, just squeeze me, give me little taps. And I want this to escalate into like hard spanking over the period of like maybe 10 minutes. Like, I want you to spank me for a while in this escalating manner, and I will tell you no lighter or whatever. This is something I haven't done to completion. This is something I'm going to ask for because I know I really want this. I know that I can orgasm from spanking alone.
Really? So
Yeah.
this is so you said this is more of a sensory thing. Like it doesn't.
This is like a
have to
specific
be-
example I'm giving that I have found like something like this could be useful, where it's like I really specifically am seeking a kind of sensation, I think. On the other hand, I used to think that I wanted to try hot wax play. I tried it, hurt a lot, don't like it, But like it's such a good way when maybe you have CPTSD or just a really stressful day life, or, your brain is just wired that way. It can be so helpful for people to get, that endorphin rush or adrenaline, and then all those good oxytocin, all the other chemicals, because you're riding the wave of sensation. This is why some people are jumping off cliffs or getting tattoos or, again, eating spicy food, because you want to feel something else besides what you're feeling. And when you can feel something else doing what you enjoy or is novel to you, then you can still get the good healing chemicals and then be able to come down from that. So I don't know where this person lives, but if you can look for any like classes or meetups or kink events.
Yeah, actually, we have one of those places around us in Delaware. Bar 13 is just a bar, but they have it's very alt and accepting of everything alternative. Like they have like drag shows, kink night, metal bands. They did like an anime night. I don't know how that worked. I think it was a DJ that played like that type of song. So it's like everything that's not, and that's, I guess that stuff all exists up in like Philadelphia. But like Greg said, Philadelphia, I don't want to drive an hour to go do a thing and then drive an hour back like late at night. So this one is right here in Delaware. So shout out to Bar 13.
Hell yeah. There's a book I want to name drop really quick. I was lucky to interview this person, and we spoke on this topic, so this is why. The book is called Hurts So Good, and the author is Lee Cowart. They're a non-binary person, Leigh Cowart, Cowart, I believe. And that explores the relationship between pain and sensory seeking and sexual pleasure and healing.
Awesome.
Check that out. Yeah.
That's a Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Right there.
Absolutely. Also, I want to shout out to Amish Inspiration. I think that's how we ended up finding you and finding out about your podcast. And Naomi she was one of our first guests, and she was just awesome, fantastic.
And
love her.
Yeah, absolutely. We still keep in touch with her. So and then we were able to link up.
Yeah, she was a hoot.
Oh, yeah.
I was pleased hearing like her evolution throughout stripping. And also she got to do it in an era that was really what a lot of us refer to as the golden age, which was before the internet was like so prevalent because, you know, if you wanted to see boobs 25 years ago and the dial-up sucked, you would actually go out. So
Right.
I'm like, you made your money while it was the best.
Right. Yeah.
And now your mama.
And now there's no like, well, back then there was no fear of being posted up onto the internet or being on blast for something. Like you weren't being shamed as to the whole world, I suppose. So it's probably more, I don't know, accepting or...
Something that's happened to a lot of people with the proliferation of OnlyFans and clip sale sites and like bad economy and people going online to try to make money. Something that's been happening, I think, a lot because I hear about it, is family members finding out or exes or whatever. And then they send the videos or the clips to your boss or someone else. People getting outed in major personal ways. And it's never by strangers. It's usually someone in their life with an axe to grind.
Well, do you remember, I mean, this was, I think, probably 10 years ago, but isanyoneup.com, and like everyone was just trying to destroy everyone's life on this website. Eric, I don't know if
I've only heard you mention it.
Yeah, like you would send a picture to like a significant other and then you break up and they say fuck you and they would upload it onto this website.
This is revenge porn.
It was the definition of revenge porn. And I think the dude Hunter Moore ended up like doing prison time because he was such a piece of shit. And like someone ended up stabbing him because like this dude leaked all of her pictures onto this website. Yeah, that was a time. I mean,
I think there's a Netflix about it, but I haven't watched it. I think
there's a Netflix about everything.
Of course, yeah. If it's happened, Netflix
is
like Spirit fucking Halloween, man. They'll be there.
They're moving in.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. That was awesome.
Thank you so much, both of you, Daddies. I had such a fun time. You had really good questions, and it sounds like you're both like really nice, good partners and parents too, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to think we are too.